we have the tangent of 5 degrees, and I'd say evaluate using the half angle formula. Now, you recognize for the half angle formula, there's 2 of them for tangents, right? So I would recommend using the first one. And if that doesn't work out or you have trouble, then use the second formula. So I recognize that the tangent of, I'm just going to use theta, theta divided by 2 is 1 minus cosine of theta over sine of theta. So if I'm doing the tangent of 105 degrees, and I'm going to use the half angle formula, then that means I'm saying theta over 2 is equal to 105 degrees. Right? And in my formula, I need to use theta, though. So therefore, I got to figure out what theta. So if theta divided by 2 is 105, that means theta is theta equals 210 degrees, which has a reference angle of what? How far is that away from the x-axis? 30 degrees, right? So can we evaluate for the sine and cosine of 30 degrees? Yeah, that's rather easy. And then what quadrant is 210 degrees in? 210? It's in the third quadrant, right? So sine and cosine will both be negative, right? For those unit circle people. What about plus minus? Do I have that for tangent? Do I have that determination? No. No, it's just for the sine and cosine. OK? All right, so let's do this one. So we have 1 minus cosine of 210 degrees all over the sine of 210 degrees. I know when you were not paying attention today is when you, on your quiz, you plug in 105 in here and here. Right? You can't do it. No, this is theta divided by 2. That's theta. Right? Don't plug in the same value there. And again, we can't evaluate for cosine of 105. We don't know that. We know cosine of 210, though. So cosine of 30 degrees here, thinking 30 degrees, so that's going to be square root of 3 over 2. But it's in the third quadrant, so it's a negative. Notice my use of parentheses. OK, we got a nice, lovely, complex fraction again. So let's get rid of the negatives. Let's multiply by the reciprocal here. Make sure you put parentheses here. Apply distributive property. And then equals, let's see, a negative 2. And that's a positive, so then it's a minus square root of 3. Because that turns into a positive, but then you multiply by negative, so that's why it stays a negative. And then the 2's divide out. Yes? Alex, got it? Pretty cool. All right.